What the fuck is up, everybody? I hope y'all can hear me clearly. I'm gonna give people time to get in the building and we gonna get started. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I wanted to cover this story. It's a lot of stuff going on, even with the situation with the singer Kelly Price, and it's referencing a lot that has happened with my story. And you know what's sad is because we do see a lot of the religious people. One of the people that I'm going to be referencing in here that is a fraud and a fake, that has been hacking my accounts, has been stalking me, behind the scenes taking my work as well. They have staged my death, inheritance theft. Of course, all of y'all already know that I'm homeless because of all of this. And there is no help in Atlanta. You can reach out to every single police department. You can reach out to the governor. You can reach out to the mayor, so on and so forth. But I'm going to, break it down on why we don't get any assistance. It's because majority of them are involved in the scandals and the schemes. Most of them are on the payroll because they are family members of the people that's out here committing the crimes. So it's a lot of people that's over on social media calling Kelly Price crazy, or she, is tripping about them staging her death and things like that. But that's not true. I know for a fact because I have an obituary up online. My death was staged. Family members of mine have been murdered, and I have reached out to every single police department. I have filed police reports on this one person in particular, which is Shanita Postal, Pritchett, Whitehead, Morris. She has used so many different names, and she's involved in a lot of criminal activities. But she's also another one of these individuals that talk about God and Jesus, but is heavily involved with occult like covens and things like that in the background. One, the tarot readers up here. I saw in the video that I'm going to cover about Kelly Price speaking about how these people are getting readings on her, and how they doing rituals and sacrifices. L.I.F.E is one of the new, I'm not going to say new religions, but it's the worship of a lot of these people. It's a young man that did a full-fledged video breaking down all of the things about the Orishas, the Santeria worship, the Catholic worship, the voodoo, and everything that goes with that, as well as breaking down how they camouflage themselves in these Christian, or I'm going to just say African, Catholic, whatever churches. So it's a lot going on, and she's not lying. And after we get through, watching a few clips, I want to try to get a few names and things like that, because it's a lot of these tarot people. I know she said something about somebody named Whitney, and these people get readings, and she's went to the judicial system. And this is crazy because when you have somebody that has a wonderful status in the community, very, very, very great at singing, her talent is just out of this world. And when you have individuals that work very hard to keep their reputation clean, to be able to keep their name clean and things like that, and then they go through these type of things and they can't get any assistance. And if you're looking at her, and this happened back in 2021, but lately the video has been circulated and a lot of people are speaking out about it. So if she hasn't gotten any results and people are calling her crazy, imagine what it is that I'm going through behind the scenes. I've reached out to every single news media, every newspaper, and I have paper trails of all of this information, exposing several pages when it comes to the tarot readings and the identity thefts, the insurance frauds, the inheritance thefts. I've went through the same thing. I went from having a stable life to people thinking that I'm mentally destroyed. Supporters have stopped, being here for me. The judicial system acts like they just don't care about the things that's being reported, because I thought according to law, when you report certain things at a high level like murders and people saying I'm dead and things like that, they're supposed to look into those cases. That's not what happening. And the reason why that's not happening is because there's a lot of people that's on the payroll down here, or there's a lot of affiliates, let me say it that way. When you're looking at the Alvin Jackson, a former Red Dog police officer that has been filled with a lot of corruption, has helped a lot of people inheritances be stolen. Another police officer that has, impersonated an officer on many occasions after being fired from the Atlanta Police Department. It's a lot of robberies that's unsolved. It's a lot of murders that's unsolved. Let's talk about Roosevelt Morris, who has killed his whole family for insurance policies. Even staged my death along with this Shanita girl and Victoria Harrington, or Vicky Harrington, Stanley Demetrius Westbrooks, and the list goes on. The problem that I have is, why is there no assistance and why nobody is paying attention? And when we do call these people, why don't someone open up a thorough investigation? I got a lot of evidence, documents, names, readers, fake ass tarots and whores, pastors and deacons, police officers and judges. But then when you look at the level of governmental placement that they have, who the fuck is it to call? Y'all like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you're new to my channel. I really appreciate the support. And if you're just coming in the building, we discussing everything that's going around about the Kelly Price situation. Something happened to her in 2021 where she was dealing with the situation with the Ovid. Y'all already know what we're talking about. And her family staged her death, stole inheritances from her, something that was left to her by grandparents and stuff like that. And it's like, nobody's listening to us when we are telling these stories. This is a high level of fraud. I spoke to an attorney earlier that stated, well, we're dealing with those on TikTok. TikTok is under investigation, and we got Twitch under investigation. We got those. I said, well, y'all need to start investigating YouTube, because there's a lot of stuff going on over there as well. You know what she stated? It's not a lot of laws that address social media issues. And right now I know that my device is probably being hacked, because Shanita lives right above me or right around me somewhere. And she's been hacking my devices, stealing all of my information and all of my work out of my devices. This girl has orchestrated so many things behind the scenes when it comes to me keeping housing and a number of other stuff. You see what I'm saying? It's like, but nobody's paying attention. It's several insurance policies that's been compromised in my family. It's several people that's dead in my family. They hack into everything. Kelly Price also talked about the fact that her devices was hacked in 2021. Now, her situation in 2021, mine's in 2023. Apparently, the shit is not being addressed. Now, like I said, I'm going to get something to drink, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. But Kelly Price is not crazy. I am a victim of this same situation as well. There are many other people that are on YouTube and TikTok as well that are reaching out. Some of us are homeless right now. Some of us don't have money to get legal assistance, and they know this. They're fraudulently using documents and all type of death certificates saying that people have AIDS or HIV, mental issues. This is the game that they play in order to take over and use fake power of attorneys, fake executorships and guardianships, And it is a lot of family members that are committing these crimes. But I think we need to bring this to a higher level because Kelly Price couldn't get any assistance because a lot of people don't know behind the scenes. It's a lot of nepotism that's going on. They actually got these positions to commit these crimes and they're not going to raise awareness to it. If you got an entire state, and it's not just Georgia, it's Memphis, it's New Orleans, it's California, it's Florida, it's everywhere that are living off of insurance policies. And we all know that those insurance policies varies in amounts. Not to mention people's estates. Not to mention people's land and property. Pay attention. Why would the officials that are sitting behind the scenes allowing this paperwork to go through address the issue when people like us call in? I tried to reach out and see if I could find some information on Mrs. Monica, Miss Kelly Price's attorney, and I'm trying to reach out to her assistant so I can forward information, documents, names, Terrier readers pages that may be connected to this Whitney person, officials that are involved that may have blocked paperwork, and this Shanita Pritchett person, Shanita Postel. She was also doing this. She went up under a fake identity in 2024 in Cobb County under Shanita Morris. Shortly after my death was staged, which was in December of 2023, under insurance fraud. Now, I don't know how people would think that that would be a coincidence. And it's a group of them. There's a lot of pages up here. Divinely Messenger 33 LLC, Karmic Endings 1010, Spiritual Advisor LLC. You have the Karmic, I think it's Karmic Terrier. Karmic Circus Terrier. You got Laugh Now, Cry Later. It's a whole group of them. And they sit up in a lot of them. And there's some good readers in here as well. I want y'all to understand that everybody, there's confirmation that this shit about to go up in flames with the shit that they doing. There's some good readers in here. You just have to, pick out who is who that's giving out the correct information. But when you look at these readers and you look at these spiritualists and these people who's practicing this E5 religion, they are all sacrificing their family members. A lot of these people trying to get in the music industry. A lot of people want to be these renowned leaders and all of this old bullshit that's only leading our people. People who are innocent out here like myself, Kelly Price, and other individuals to slaughter. It is many people who have spoke out about this. Many. And nothing is being done. I've been homeless since 2023 behind all of this. I have actually called these people, I'm not dead. These people keep saying I'm dead. Here's my obituary. I got my obituary. I got the paperwork, the fake death certificates, the estates that were stolen. I got all the case numbers. Well, ma'am, can you file? Okay, I filed a police report. I filed actually 12 police reports. No, 13 because I filed one in Savannah where they staged my funeral with the funeral home. I filed one with the Department of Justice, but then when you go to look at the levels of positions, when you got Meridia Davis Johnson that's connected, Donna Whitehead, Deborah Dewberry, and you got the Tina Robinsons and the Tina Goldstons, and there's so many different names that's involved in the government. You got judges even involved in this because they all congregate together, they all eat together, so they slide shit up under the table. I've been trying to get my estates back now since 2023. Millions of dollars gone, cars, homes. Both my grandparents murdered. They didn't die, they were murdered, poisoned to death. My grandfather was beat in the head till he got tumors. My father was just murdered, poisoned to death. My brother murdered in 2011, stabbed over 100 times in prison because my uncle sent out a hit. How many more people gotta die before the fucking government gets up and pay attention? It's not about the money. My mother dead, or is she? Because a lot of deaths are fake. I'm still living. If I'm not dead, who the fuck else isn't? So people really need to raise an eye and stop calling Kelly Price crazy. Look into this L.I.F.E shit. These people slaughtering chickens. This girl stay out here every night doing rituals. They doing all type of wicked worships, and they stealing our work. It is a lot of these people that are stealing not only my work, but celebrities' work as well. And if you listen to these tarot readers, if you really go listen to all of these tarot readers up here, because it's hundreds of them, people will hear their names and their situations and their inheritances and everything being discussed in these videos. These hoes are so stupid, and some of these men too. The witches and warlocks, she's telling the truth. They so fucking stupid that they will stalk you. Because it's about 20 of them planted around me. I can't even go to the fucking drink machine without seeing the same bitch. But I can't get no help, right? They work magic in groups. They get in the WhatsApps and in these chats, and they hack your devices and get in your bank accounts, and they transfer money that you have absolutely no idea is gone. And they do all type of shit, but nobody wants to hear it because it's a high level of people that's involved. I know damn near the whole city of Atlanta is involved in this shit down here. I can call out a whole lot of top government officials, police department, some of them gang members, GDs and Bloods, but they on the police force. Or you got criminals like Roosevelt Morris, who have murdered many of my family members, who get away with hiding witnesses and setting people on fire and staging people's death. And this fuck nigga, he'll sit in church every Sunday and act like he the biggest deacon in the church. Or let's talk about Sylvia Renee Morris Cox-Shy, who don't care about injecting things in people to get rid of them, or who will go along with her brothers and forge documents to take properties that don't belong to them, businesses and everything, and take up insurance policy out on everybody in her family. But because these people like this have prominent positions in the community, I don't know how. Sylvia Renee Morris Cox-Shy is an ex-junkie, but she was able to hide her record and the truth about her being an unfit mother so she can get a prominent position at the school board. Or what about Franklin Morris, who have killed a lot of people? This is my own family I'm talking about. But he was able to be a sheriff or get a prominent job in the government. Or let's talk about Roosevelt Morris, Sweet Pea, who done murdered plenty of people, did 17 years in prison, but is out here around people's children as a football coach, and killed his parents and vowed to kill his parents and his whole family and take everything that they own because nobody wanted to do time with his bitch ass while he was in prison. Or let's talk about Kenneth Boo Morris, who always on child support, used his family's properties to get out on bond and don't pay the shit. Stole his brother's truck before he was even in the ground. My daddy. Or which daddy do I have? Because I heard I have two. So it's many of the states that's being compromised. Right? Took the trucks, took everything with a fake power of attorney. I have a copy of it. The hospital even deemed me to be the next of kin and the only power of attorney yet. So that's when y'all said I was dead. If people want to look up this information, my real name is Kimberly Morris. I don't mind putting it out for anybody who runs across this video. My father's name was Alfred Morris. He died he died November 22nd of 2023. He was buried December the 4th of 2023. I was also buried on December the 14th of 2023 in Savannah, Georgia at Adams Funeral Home. Donald and Trumbull Funeral Home, Raleigh Rucker Funeral Home. All these funeral homes are corrupted and stage fake deaths and issue death certificates for these people to commit crimes. Now I don't know who the hell was in the casket for everybody. I don't. But I know damn well I wasn't in the casket at my funeral. Now, I'm going to get something to drink, y'all. Please bear with me. And I'm going to go ahead and be pulling up my videos. I want to go through Kelly Price speaking out first. And then I'm just going to go through one or two things about... Actually, I'm just going to go through the Kelly Price part. Because you all can go look up L.I.F.E worship in Atlanta, or L.I.F.E worship taking over the music industry. And did see another thing too. They have been behind the scenes, and people like myself who they know, they call me poverty-ish or don't have anything, they have been trying to orchestrate arrest. They have been trying to put crimes on me that I have absolutely nothing to do with. It's like they go commit crimes. They'll commit a murder, or they'll commit a robbery, or they'll commit a bank heist, and then they'll come up here and do readings and make it look like it was me. These bitches are all group up together and go to the court systems and lie to get you convicted of crimes they know you didn't commit. They will steal your clothing. They will steal your trash. They will break in your properties and hide cameras. They will hack your devices. Like right now, I know they're hacking my devices. They do it all the time, but there's still nobody who wants to listen. I've reached out to the news media about Miss Kelly Price's situation. I've reached out to the news media about my situation. I've offered thousands of pieces of documents to show proof of who these people are, how they are all connected, what crimes they are committing, what they're doing, and it's not just myself. All of these readers, I don't care what states or cities they're in, or these, so-called spiritualists or these L.I.F.E groups, they all know each other. But they have all branched out as Christians or Hebrew Israelites or Muslims, or these great debaters or these great African leaders and the Black Power community and the conscious community. And then when we speak out about this shit, it's so many people that has been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and brainwashed that they feel like these individuals are so prominent that we're lying about the things that's taking, that's going on behind the scenes. All right, y'all, please bear with me. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And we're going to get into the video. But I just want to reiterate that Miss Kelly Price is not crazy. And y'all know I usually turn up over here. I usually turn up over here, but I want to keep this show clean and very respectful, because I am speaking about a legend. I am addressing something that is a very serious situation, so I don't want to, be joking around, or how I do, y'all. Be on the usual Kizzy Camp stuff. We'll get back to that. And I'm sure Miss, Kelly Price, she's a real down-to-earth person from all of the interviews I've seen, so I know she probably wouldn't mind that, but I really want this video to circulate. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Give me 2 minutes to get some coffee and pull up this video, and we're going to get started on the information. Thank y'all so much for y'all patience and me giving a, little bit of input of why I chose to do this show tonight. All right, be right back. Okay, y'all, hold on for a minute. I'm gonna get my coffee. I'm gonna go on and pull this up right quick. Let me make sure I go ahead and hold on. Let me stop it. Hold on. Cause I don't want it to start till I can put it on the screen. Okay, there we go. All right, let me do this. Okay, hold on, y'all. All right, y'all bear with me. I told y'all they be hacking my device and doing all kind of crazy shit, so I was having some technical difficulties. Please give me a chance to get me something to drink right quick so my voice don't sound so draggy. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. I will be right back. All right, you guys, I appreciate y'all waiting while I'm heating the coffee. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. I want y'all to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Sorry about that, y'all. This is the news clip from when Miss Kelly Price spoke out about her situation, and of course, she really wants to know like why she not being able to get no help in Atlanta. But let's go. Fair usage, y'all. And if one of my family members come in, please drop the copyright. Let me make sure it's unmuted.
Agree with TMZ today. Price says that she was staying out of the public eye because of a month-long battle with COVID-19. And she says she is now testing negative, but is still dealing with some long older symptoms.
Fair usage. I'll try to make sure y'all can hear this. Hold on, let me start it over. I'm gonna start it over because you know sometimes they play with the news clips. Okay, it's time to go out. Get rid of that.
Instead of saying they choked during the World Series,
All right.
that maybe they
Hold on,
just...
y'all. Let me go back because I had to go in here and take that down. Give me a second. And go back up here and pull it up. Sorry about the delay, y'all. Now right here we go. We're gonna hit return. I'll get that coffee in a minute when I start this news clip for y'all. Sorry about y'all. Sorry about the microphone. It's okay. Here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And I thank y'all for bearing with me with the technical difficulties. Okay. Now, here it is. I died. Singer Kelly Price reveals that her heart stopped during a COVID-19 battle. Y'all already know that. I'll read everything else after we get through watching the video. Now let me bring the video down. Hold on, here it is up here at the top. Trying to make sure y'all can see it. Let me see if y'all can see it. Yeah, I'm gonna blow that up. That's too small. I'm finna blow the video up, y'all. Give me a minute. Now y'all should be able to see it. And I'm just waiting on it to load. Fair usage, fair usage. Y'all know they be playing with these news clips. But let me just brief y'all while we waiting on this to come on. When she was going through her COVID situation, right? This is when her family, they, reported her missing and things like that. But when they reported her missing, it was, okay, here we go.
COVID-19. We broke this story Friday, confirming the singer was not missing despite some reports on social media. In an interview with TMZ today, Price says that she was staying out of the public eye because of a month-long battle with COVID-19. And she says she is now testing negative, but is still dealing with some long hauler symptoms.
Okay, now, let me stop this. I want to read.
At Wellstar, our world-renowned doctors and nurses understand more than just your care
I'm sorry
plan.
about this, y'all. They always bringing these commercials up. Hold on. Let me figure out how to go back. I'm trying to read the article. Okay, let me read this. I'm trying to make sure it's stopped. Okay, cool. Hold on, y'all. Let me blow it up. Alright. Then let me go over here. Alright, a Atlanta Grammy nominated gospel singer Kelly Price is speaking out about her battle with COVID-19 days after rumors flew that she was missing. The singer, who lives in Atlanta, made headlines last week after family members reported that she had vanished. Her lawyer, Lyin, but I think her lawyer's name is Monica, confirmed to Channel 2 on Friday night that the singer was isolated and recovering from COVID. And then let's get into the other one. Okay, hold on. So we can get into everything that she said about her family. Because it's several ones up here. To her followers, claiming that the church... Okay, here it is. But I want to find it on YouTube so y'all can hear it. Let me just find it on YouTube. I'd rather y'all hear it from her. And sorry about these technical difficulties tonight, y'all. Alright. Now let me put this up here. Alright, y'all. Let me find this clip. Okay, this young lady, Joy105.com, she did a video on everything that Kelly Price spoke about. So we're going to go ahead and go through this video. It's fair usage, fair usage. when one of my family members come in, please drop the
I'm 53
copyright.
years old and I don't have time to play games. And with people playing on my top, I keep saying, you haven't started a battle with me. You started a battle with heaven. But I don't play with demons. That's what y'all know the prayer and the Bible study has been about. I don't play with demons. I slay them. I have a life to live. And in the name of Jesus, it's one sentence, and I get to keep moving. Meanwhile, this is the problem. I don't care what deity you pray to. Y'all started it, I'm going to finish it. Whoever you pray to has to go and ask God to touch me. And that's who I pray to. I'm sick of it. It'll be in the news really soon.
Fair usage, y'all. Y'all know I gotta keep stopping it, cause I don't have the copyright. And this L.I.F.E stuff, and she's in Atlanta. So let's go. I'm gonna go get my coffee. I'll be right back. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And any proceeds, if you would like to make donations, this channel is joy105.com. It is a great channel. They have a whole lot of, different videos over there. And this is a great coverage that this young lady and everybody did with this particular page. So, joy105.com, and that is their YouTube page. Okay, let's go. Fair usage.
You want to play on my top? You unclean Philistines. You come against the armies of God. I come in the name of the Lord, and I'll take my sword. I'll take your sword and cut your head off. In Jesus' name. Tell that to the demons that's residing in you. It's coming out soon enough. I'm not playing with anybody. And I'm going to heaven when I die. And I'm not dying until Jesus says, bitches out here is crazy. It's a whole out here. And yes, I'm a kingdom. I'm not church. I'm kingdom. I'm not church. This girl done went and had plastic surgery, build a body, and stop buying dollar store wigs to look like me. She been stalked.
Now stop. This is what a lot of them are doing. They are having plastic surgery done with people's identities. They going to the doctor with diseases with people's identities. This is exactly, she's not lying, because what they do, and then they sometimes get some of your family members that look kind of like you to be in all type of porn videos, to go in these banks and make it look like it's you. They'll forge your signature, hack your bank account, because I think this girl has just hacked my bank account recently and changed some signatures around. They'll appear in court like you. This is definitely the truth. Now let's get back into it, y'all. Know I have to stop it. Fair usage. I'm gonna take this back just a little bit so y'all can hear exactly what she's saying going on. And this is crazy, because people think that it just happened to celebrities. I heard somebody saying on one of their videos that this is what comes with being a celebrity. No, this is what comes with people being ignorant. This is what comes with people being stupid and wanting to live other people's lives and take other people's benefits. This don't have anything to do with the fact that she's a celebrity and she's doing what she needs to do as a person, or what she was placed here to do. She's no different than me being out here homeless, and I don't have a coin or anything, but they did the same thing to me, because a lot of people that are poverty, a lot of these artists, the celebrities, the rap artists, the people that's in Hollywood, and including people in our communities, drug addicts and everything like that, they are all targets. You know why? Because they build these narratives that these people are crazy, or sometimes they put them on drugs. Sometimes they inject them with these diseases. There's a lot of people around here easy in people now. That's one of the new things to get insurance. That's why I said she not lying. And that's a high level of that. So I wanted to correct that. Someone said because she's a celebrity, it doesn't matter about her being a celebrity. It's greed. It's the fact that people idolize the wrong thing, like materials and shit like that. And the fact that some people are just so envious and vindictive that they want to destroy other people's lives and take their identities and live their lives. So let's go. Fair usage, y'all. Y'all know I have to let this go. Fair usage. And if one of my family members come in, please drop the copyright so I don't have to keep stopping the content. Let's go.
You unclean Philistines, you come against the armies of God. I come in the name of the Lord, and I'll take my sword, I'll take your sword and cut your head off. In Jesus' name. Tell that to the demons that's residing in you. It's coming out soon enough. I'm not playing with anybody. And I'm going to heaven when I die. And I'm not dying until Jesus says, bitches out here is crazy. It's a whole out here. And yes, I'm a kingdom. I'm not church. I'm kingdom. I'm not church. This girl done went and had plastic surgery, build a body, and stop buying dollar store wigs to look like me. She's been stalking me for 3 years.
Now I want y'all to pay attention to that. She said 3 years. I've been going through the same thing for 3 years here in Atlanta. It's as if a lot of inheritances and people start doing dirty ass shit around this time, because also, you gotta think certain things went all the way back to the ovid too. This is when they start reporting a lot of people missing and, deceased and all type of bullshit during those times. So let's continue, y'all. Fair usage. Let's continue to listen to Miss Kelly Price.
We're in federal court. What's happening next? You want to play? I pray, and I got a whole lot of people that pray with me every night. Let me tell you how God works. Since you've been getting readings on me to see what the hell is happening. Since you done cloned my phone, tried to change my ticket, locked me out my computer today, sent my friend to the hospital last night.
Listen, this is the same thing they do to me, cloning my phone. I told y'all, but see now, I'm not saying, I'm not saying it like because people look at me as if I'm just say somebody basic, but I'm just showing y'all that there's other people that have money, that have talents and everything, and their lives are stable, and people are doing the same thing to them. This is what I'm trying to show y'all. But let's continue, y'all. Fair usage. Let's get back to the video. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button.
Tried to kill my driver while I was in the car. Let's play. Show up in Atlanta tomorrow if you want to. You clone my phone, you know where I live now? Show up in Atlanta if you want to. That's the type of time I'm on. That's the type of time I'm on. This will be on every blog before I catch my plane in 3 hours. That's the type of time I'm on. I've been keeping my mouth shut because you got little kids. I got grandkids, and I'm somebody's mother. But your daughter's a little hoe. You trained her the right way. 17 years old, came in the house and tried to sleep with my husband. You put witchcraft on me. Yeah, I never loved that man. My sister sent him into me. She a witch, and she sing in church every Sunday.
Now let me talk about this. This is another thing that they do. This is the new pimping. Send people in after certain individuals. I've been saying the same thing for how long? But it was so many people who didn't listen to me. Just stop following me, stop paying attention to my shows, and that's okay. And start listening to the fake Tarot readers. But if you go listen, Miss Kelly Price's name has came out in those videos several times. They have talked about her like a dog over there. It's a whole lot of people they be talking about. They be talking about Beyonce. They talk about Jay-Z. They talk about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. And I mean, some type of way, the defamation of characters, including my own, it should be some type of way that this should be stopped. They have gotten away with it for so long, and then they label people crazy. Because she finna tell y'all how they label her. And ain't that crazy about Miss Kelly Price. Because I can confirm that it's happening. The L.I.F.E and the Christians and the churches and everybody in Atlanta, they have been taken over by wickedness. Now, I'm not saying all of the members. But if you are sitting in there and you know that your pastor or your deacon or the mother's board or the person sitting next to you are some wicked motherfuckers, and you're not saying anything, you just as guilty as them. And they labeled her crazy too, just like they labeled me. But let's go wherever you at, Miss Kelly Price. I know you ain't crazy. Fair usage, y'all. Let's go.
She sent him into me and then played on y'all top and played on mine, saying that I was kidnapping him while she was paying him. He was a handler. I don't put my business in the street. This is a testimony. I'm not playing. You want to play? Show up in the city of Atlanta. You're going to have a problem tomorrow. My gun is registered.
Fair usage.
God kicking that behind. You ain't got but so long to live. When's your last doctor's appointment? Selling stuff in hotels. You started OnlyFans in my name. This been going on for 3 years.
Look, this the same thing happened to me. And I got proof, y'all. Y'all know I've been coming up and showing my documents and all the stuff they've been doing. They targeting everybody with this shit. Defaming people's characters and building these pages. And nobody in Atlanta, I'm not saying all of the officers or all of the judges, I'm not saying the whole judicial system is corrupted, right? But it's a whole lot of them that turn a broad eye to this shit. Because they getting paid off of it. They getting paid off of it. Whether it's organ harvesting, whether it's the trafficking of children. They don't care. They'll come after everything you got. But let's continue, y'all. Fair usage, fair usage.
Dating accounts. I want this on every blog in the morning. Show up in Atlanta. Security in my building called me tonight after my concert and told me that I just called them.
Now, see, this is another thing that they do, y'all. They've been doing the same thing to me. They'll find out, like they clone your phone. They find out who your friends is or who you cool with, and they hear your most private conversations. And then what they do, they'll start calling people. They use your line. They'll clone your line for a minute. Switch it somewhere else and be calling people and make it look like it's you. Texting people, making it look like it's you. Emailing people. And that's the shit that so they can destroy all of your connections. It's easier to knock you off or kill you off or silently get rid of you if they separate you from everybody and isolate you and make it look like you got some type of mental issue. And y'all know that I'm going through the same thing. Like I said, so you know this happened in 2021 to her. It started in 2023 for me. See what I'm saying? I just happened to run across this earlier because I was researching some other stuff. And this came up. And she's saying she can't get no help in Atlanta. But let's go. Fair usage, child. Fair usage.
Show up in Atlanta. That's my city. Try it. And I could come to your city. But I don't give a damn about where you live. Praise the Lord. And God showed me that your mama's in the grave because she was doing the same thing to your daddy. I don't play on dead people. But your mama taught you how to do this. You ain't never had a man that loved you. Everybody that's ever loved you, you put a spell on. This is the kind of stuff we go through in the industry. People playing on our tops. I mind my business and I go home. I don't bother nobody. A lot of people are angry right now. I don't care. You want to play? Let's play. This is how I stay safe. Do you want me to post your picture on my social media? So when you drive in from dusty ass Mississippi, everybody in the city know what you look like? Build a bitch. And yes, Jesus loves me. You know that, because the demon in you told you to leave me alone. I was too high ranked in the spirit. The cops know about it. Something got to happen to me before they give me a restraining order. I don't play with nobody. I go home.
Told you. The cops know about it, but a lot of the cops on the payroll. I know this for a fact, starting with Alvin Jackson. A lot of them on the payroll. If they investigate, then they all get messed up. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but it's a great deal of them that's involved in every single thing that's going on, because you got to think, a lot of people are the family members of police officers, are the family members of military officers and judges, and the you know what I'm saying, the what you call it, mail carriers and stuff like that. And y'all, I apologize that I have to keep stopping it, but y'all know I have to make sure I follow the guidelines. Let's go. Fair usage, fair usage.
I go home. I'm sorry that you sat and obsessed over my life. I went through everything. People called me fat too, dummy. I had to take it to the Lord in prayer. I did let go and let God. Y'all stop being dumb Christians. That's why so many people in the grave right now. David took Goliath's head off with his stop being dumb Christians. Stop being ignorant. That's why so many people are dead before their time. Use the word of God. He's a God of war, not just a God of peace. I've been doing a series on warfare. I've been doing a series on warfare, trying to teach y'all how to use your sword. It's the word of God. I use the word of God. I'm supposed to sit in the corner and let somebody just keep playing on my top. Why am I doing? I'm gonna tell y'all something. It will be on every blog in 3 hours.
That's the same way I feel. How long does it take to get help? And then it's like they push you to the limit. People would look at her and say, oh, she crazy. She's showing out. No, she not. She not crazy. It pisses you off when you keep trying to get help. I've been trying to get help since 2023. I can't get an attorney to look at my paperwork, because most of them corrupted as well. There's a whole little group of these people down here. The Beverly Taylors, the Christopher Millers, the Crooms. These attorneys, the Veronica Clarks, they all coerce together to help steal these inheritances and stuff. And then they go recruit homeless people or, mental patients to be stalkers, to put stuff in your food or give you disease. Because I know I go through that all the time. I'm having to throw food away on a regular. These people break in my room. They got hidden cameras around me. They can see everything I'm doing. They hear everything I'm doing. And then you can call detectives, you can call prosecutors, you can call anybody in the government. And they all just keep rerouting you to each other, but that is never done. It's been 3 years since my father was murdered. Ain't no way in the hell I should still be on the street. No way in the hell with all of the documents. All of the places I've reached out, and some of these places may have reached back out to me. But when your devices and stuff is being hacked, when you being stalked at a high level and nothing is being done, then it's just like you another person in the street trying to get a voice. And I'm not the only one speaking out about this. It's a lot of, terrier readers up there that's good readers that has been stolen from as well. Inheritances and stuff, and there's other people speaking out, just period. Just go around YouTube and look at all of the people who are suffering from inheritance thefts and witchcraft and stalking, and this shit is real, because witchcraft could just mean somebody telling a fucking lie, destroying your life. It don't always mean you got ghouls and goblins and shit, even though this is the type of stuff that they do worship, because they're in the Balthamic theory. They worship Baal. They worship idols. They idol shit. They worship clothing and material wealth and vanity and how beautiful they are. And like she said, dollar store wigs and Temu press on teeth and shit like that. Gorilla glue motherfucking hairlines and shit. They don't give a damn about what's going on when they destroying people's lives. But let's go. Let's continue to get back into it. Y'all know I have to, stop it. Fair usage. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button, please.
Come to Atlanta if you want to. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You should be trying to get your kids out of CPS right now. If somebody can sit online and create a whole second life, y'all done cloned my phone already. Tried to change my flights today. Or get out of my live. Go back to that hoe and tell her that you in my live. Stop. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Y'all too used to them old people. Let go and let God, I did. Have you read the Bible? Have you read the Bible? How many people David killed? Only other man greater was Jesus. He was prophet and priest. Jesus was prophet, priest, and king. But you don't know the word. You memorize Bible verses.
Fair usage, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Let's get back to the video.
You go to your coven meetings on Saturday night, and you wake up Sunday morning and go to church. Family, cousins, sisters, people you don't know. Y'all out here with it. Y'all out here with it. So I'm putting it out there. Leave me alone. I said it 3 years ago and I'm saying it again.
You heard her, because see, they can't get away with doing the crimes. They gotta have your family. She finna explain to you how. She finna explain to you how all of this plays a role without your family. And a lot of the family members be involved because, like I said, they crooked like my family. They be wanting money. They don't give a damn about knocking nobody out for an insurance policy. Fuck it. We'll just kill somebody every 3 years and, you know, come up. Because that's exactly what they have done. I could run down all my family members they done took out. And it's funny, it's either every 2 or 3 years. Every 2 or 3 years, somebody else die in my family, and the same people end up with the inheritances and all the money and everything. And all the other people, like myself, is out here in the street. But let's continue. Because they, they'll tell a lie and say that you're crazy as hell and this is where you want to be. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Y'all know I have to keep stopping it. When one of my family members come in and drop the copyright, I'll let it flow. Sorry, y'all.
Leave me alone. Show up to Atlanta if you want to in the morning. You know where I live because you saw it in my phone? Let me tell you something. Y'all playing because you think that because some people don't, that they can't. I choose peace. And I hold my peace and I do let the Lord fight my battles, but this is 3 years too long. You didn't get what you wanted, even though you got what you asked for. I ain't fighting. Queens don't swing. But you wouldn't know that because you're a clone. Yeah, high on life. How y'all doing? Whitney?
Now, she's about to be calling out several names, like she said, Whitney. Now, you got a lot of people in the terrier world, reading world, stuff like that. So, if y'all know who that is. But, like I said, her name and a lot of other people's names has came out over there. I've been connecting the dots on these people for the last 3 years. And like she said, it's sad. You could put a whole spreadsheet in front of the police. For some reason, they just won't move on this type of stuff. But let's go. Fair usage, y'all.
Or your ID says Kelly now, I'm sorry. This is the stuff we deal with behind closed doors and don't talk to y'all about while we try to let the feds deal with them. I will not sit and be afraid. I haven't been afraid. I just don't bother anybody. I pray. I slay. I rise another day. And you watch me all day long. You breathe it. That's the problem with the church. That's the reason why so many of us get taken out by it. You can't fight an enemy that you don't know. Are the Russians out there? Have you ever been to Russia? Ask the soldier. I speak life every day and more abundantly. But just like we say, the secrets that keep us sick are the ones that we don't tell. And I've been sitting on this for 3 years. Thank you for your prayers. And thank you to the minions. Thank you. Yes, this is dope. Clearly, I'm high. Ask the people who just saw me in concert tonight.
Fair usage. Fair usage. Let's go. We're going to get back to the video.
Church and a concert. Or just Google it. Don't do dope. It's called witchcraft, but you know it because your mama was doing it in her kitchen too. I'm not giving it power. I take its power back by speaking about it. Stop it. Okay, blind church people, I can't talk to you anymore. My husband is a warlock. He was hired by my sister. All of that stuff. Not many days. Then go talk to your mom and get out my live. Hey, Madison. People out here dying. Children being sacrificed. How do I know I found out I was one? Watch the live. It'll be on all the blogs this morning. My husband was hired by my sister, yes. She's a witch and he's a warlock. And yes, girl, I did. I was under witchcraft. But you know how that works. I had to study it on my own. They don't teach it in the church. So I could fight against it. That's how I got free. I've never been jealous of another person. Prayer.
And see, that's another thing that they use. A lot of them. Oh, she's just jealous of me. Oh, she's just worried about my beauty. She's just worried about this. See, that's the type of shit. Because they know that's the first thing that people will think. You know, anybody who coattail ride. You know, who ride coattails. Or what? I guess Nundy over there talking because she must be jealous. No, these bitches is really stealing people's word. These bitches is really stealing people's identity. Cloning people. What other reason would they have to do this to Miss Kelly Price other than for money and shit? And just like she said, family is involved as well. But let's get back to the video. Y'all know I have to stop it. Fair usage, fair usage. And if you would like to give a donation for the show, the channel is joy105.com. joy105.com that cover this content. Okay, let's go.
I was sacrificed to a coven as a baby. Y'all come see me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, one Cherise. Spirit of discernment. Spirit of discernment. I don't have to lie about anything. Anybody with the Holy Spirit, go ask him. Matter of fact, just look on the timeline. Every prophet on YouTube is talking about it. They just ain't called my name. Everybody else's name they done called. Tired. And I'm tired of playing games. Judge, my neighbors were stealing my mail. I never knew about the will reading. I didn't know my grandparents had a will. I was taking care of them. Y'all have seen me support my grandparents down through the years. My mother separated them for the last years of their life and put them in 2 different places. I used to go so I could take my grandfather to see my grandmother.
Now, see, this is the same thing that happened with my grandparents, and everybody who know my family know this. When my grandfather started going through stuff, they was beating him in the head and everything. He ended up being in a nursing home. He kept saying they was trying to kill him, separating him from my grandmother. And you know, I hate to say it, but my grandmother was involved in a lot of stuff too with her children. You know, but the truth had to come out. Same thing. And then they isolate them, so nobody can ask questions. Or we just think that they somewhere sitting down of old age. That's why we need to start paying attention when people put our family members in nursing homes. When it's only one family member want to be around them all the time. And I'm not just saying it that, you know, like everybody's into these type of things, but we still have to pay close attention. All right, y'all, fair usage. Let's get back to the video.
It was her way to get back at her parents, who she hated. She hated holiness. She hated the church. She was in a coven when I was born. He was hired to come in because they found my grandparents' will. Nobody knew what my grandparents had. Y'all know how old people with land and stuff? They left me everything in the will. I didn't get the Zoom link to the funeral until 10 minutes before the funeral was over, and I didn't get the Zoom link to the reading of the will at all. I didn't know my grandparents had a will. I didn't care. Grown people older than me, my mother, her sister, my sister, who y'all supported the whole time and said, wow, I don't mess with my family, and I never talked to them about y'all. I never talked about them to y'all down through the years. I was the keeper of the family secrets. Old school, what happens in this house stays in this house. I didn't feel obligated to say anything like this. If you
see, that's the same thing that went on with me. Stepmother Vicky Harrington, Uncle Roosevelt Morris, Cosetta Simmons Freeman or Freeman Simmons, Portia Deshae Morris, Deborah Dewberry, Donna Whitehead, Shanita Postel Pritchett, Whitehead Morris, and many others. Many others. I don't even believe my mother's dead, to be honest. I believe it's a whole lot of fake deaths that went on because they needed money. And just like she said, they know about things that we have before we do. But pay attention, because this shit get deep. That's why I said I don't understand why people think if it can happen to people like Miss Kelly Price, what makes you think that it can't happen to me? The only difference between me and Miss Kelly Price is that, of course, Miss Kelly Price is a world-renowned celebrity. So quite naturally, people will gravitate to her story and it gets more outage and more views. But somebody who, you know, don't have funding or don't have the support, or like when you reach out to attorneys and things like that and you can't get anybody to help you, sometimes they'll just go away. They'll just give up. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep fighting because I know something going to come out of all of this. So let's go, y'all. Fair usage. I said I have to keep letting the video play. I'm sorry, I have to stop it. Let's go.
for me, the whole world is going to know, and they're going to hunt you down. They've been telling people I do dark magic. It's called prophecy. Didn't a demon tell you that? It's called dreams. It's called being in the last days. Sons and daughters will prophesy. Old men, y'all, I'm old, dream dreams and see visions. But you don't read the word.
Fair usage, y'all. Now wait a minute. Now it's a whole video. I didn't want to play too much of the the clip so I don't get flagged. But there's a lot of this stuff going on in Atlanta. All y'all got to do is go to YouTube and look up the L.I.F.E in Atlanta and the worships and all of these people saying how these people been pulling them in to the worships and stuff like that. And then when she spoke out about it, it's like people was throwing the cases out. They was, talking shit about her, saying that she crazy or something wrong with her, but no. And I feel like a lot of us need to speak out about it. Now is the time to really speak up. Because it's not fair for them to label her for certain things and say certain stuff about her. She wasn't crazy before all of this. Was she labeled as crazy before COVID? Was she labeled as delusional before COVID? Was she speaking out about this type of stuff before then? I'm just saying, like, you have to look at things. Was people doing certain things before these situations happen? And if you got all these people behind the scenes that's doing readings, because I got another one where she was talking about them doing readings and stuff on her. That video is almost 2 hours. So if you want to, you can just go to Miss Kelly Price's page and look at the whole video. And she's talking about how, when she speaks out about it, there's people behind the scenes that go and say she delusional. Or like how people she really close to is starting to come up either sick or deceased and things like that. That's how they do. They break down your support group, and it's easier for them to take out the person that they after. And that's why they got me like this. I've been isolated since 2023. Can't get a ride nowhere. Won't nobody help me do nothing. Won't take me to the news media. Won't speak out about it. And I'm not saying it like, my family members, the kids at camp, y'all have always been here for me. I'm talking about here in Atlanta and the things that I'm running into. Every attorney, we can help you, but you need $50,000. Oh, your estate is this, your estate. Well, I'm homeless. I don't have anywhere to go. You call the news media. Can you send me an email? Come on, bro. You know how many emails is in there? You call the detectives. Hey, listen, this is what's going on. Well, ma'am, if you could just file a police report. She is absolutely right about how they just brush you everywhere. And the reason why I brought up Shanita, like I said, because she was also prosecuted, like I said, under Shanita Morris in Cobb County for insurance fraud. Miss Kelly Price's case also happened in Cobb County. Then she said somebody was coming from Mississippi. I know that there are some estates that was compromised in Mississippi, Florida, New Orleans, because it's a whole lot of these little witches up here and warlocks. Y'all really need to go look at L.I.F.E taking over Atlanta and all these people wearing this white, and I heard, saying all these crazy ass rituals of drinking chicken blood and stuff. And people have their rights to worship whatever they want to. But when you are imposing that shit on other people, Christians, Catholics, all of them, and you're using that shit to commit scams, Ponzi schemes, ripping people off, stealing inheritances and staging people's deaths and shit, that's a whole nother situation. Even the McClures. It's a lot of my family that did. They did it to my Uncle Doug. They done did it to me. They done did it to my dad. And I got proof of all of these murders. I got proof of all of the estates, every deed, every fake will, every fake death certificate. I have my obituary, all of this stuff. But not one person down here in the judicial system gives a damn enough of one attorney instead of worried about capitalism more than worried about justice. I had some other stuff I wanted to cover. I really wanted to get into, maybe a few names and stuff. I wanted to pull some information on this, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back tomorrow. I want to give people time to go and look at this Kelly Price video, compare notes to the information that I've put out. Y'all know I put all my documents up publicly. Y'all have heard me call the court systems publicly. Y'all have seen me do the videos and show all of the corrupted officials publicly. This shit even goes all the way back to the missing and murdered children of Atlanta. The Atlanta Police Department, Zone 1 through 6, the Cobb County, they all corrupted. I'm not saying all the officers. I'm just talking about their judicial systems in general. And if all of these people are family members, friends, associates, lovers, cousins, aunties, and all that shit, if you filing a complaint, what the hell you gonna get? And then they even in bed with the attorneys. I threw out a few names up here that people can research. So if Miss Kelly Price can't get help, I really want people to understand clearly what's going on with me, because a lot of people saying, well, why is she still in this situation after 3 years? Well, if she has such an inheritance stolen and all of this, because this is what they do. Defame your character, and they use people behind the scenes like SBDL and Sinetta Studios and all of these different organizations to lie on me because of the work I was doing in my community, being in the Black Panther Party and going against corruption and exposing the frauds in the judicial system. See, it was getting too close to home because everybody I was surrounded with was nothing but a bunch of fakes. So they had to all team up together and do the same thing that they doing to Miss Kelly Price. And Nicki Minaj spoke out about it. Cardi B done spoke out about it. So many people speaking out about it, but nobody listens. And then, like she said, it's not until a person's dead or gone, and then people, oh, well, that girl said that girl did this and that. You know how many people I've sent that obituary to? This is my little brother on my obituary, sir. This is not me, ma'am. This is my name. I don't know who's in it. Ah, well, you know, if you could just file a police report. What the fuck? How dead people gonna file a police report? If you have me in the system dead to see what these people do, they go get credit cards in your name. They got cars in our names. They got houses in our names. Real estate fraud, land fraud. And it's more than just the real estate and the land. They're digging down deep, stealing the minerals. These are some high-profile fucking criminals we dealing with here. And they forging documents. They got all type of notary republics. Celestia Williams. She's another fraudulent bitch and had the nerve to speak at my grandmother's funeral. And then this bitch actually notarized the fake documents and the fake will. Somebody better get me, because I'm sick of these people. But I can't get no help though. I got my grandmother's obituary. She was a guest speaker at my grandmother's funeral. And behind the scenes helping her wicked ass children steal her stuff before she was even in the ground. Interesting. Portia Deshae Morris, my cousin. She's still a clerk at DeKalb County, even though I've reported her to the ethics board. I've reported her to the board of commissioners and all of these people for forgery, perjury, sealing cases that she has no right to for her murderous ass father, Roosevelt Morris. Helping him hide witnesses, helping him steal estates. Guess what? Still got a job. Still got a job. Meridia Davis Johnson is a commissioner in DeKalb County. I've reported her. She signed off on the fake will as well. But she still got a job. Because I guess it's money. You got to have a high-profile attorney. It all got to fall into the judicial system guidelines, right? So it can all rotate and they get paid off of your misery. Damn, I thought slavery was over. Y'all, I'm going to let this marinate a little bit. I was going to get a little few names out here. But I'm going to wait and do a full-fledged reading for Miss Kelly Price and the situation with her and see which tarot readers and stuff is involved. Because it's a whole lot of other readers I need to add to cards and stuff so that I can make sure I cover everybody. But you better believe if y'all go look at all of these tarot readers on TikTok, you got the NFL Nita, Peppermint Tarot, like I said, Divine Messenger 33. You got Karmic Endings 1010. You have Laugh Now, Cry Later. You have Journey Tarot 888. You got I Am West. You got, it's another one up here, Amira Sankofa. You got Onika. It's a group of these bitches. You got Holly, who in Texas. You got this Savage Intuition. See What I See. All you got to do is go listen to those readings. If all y'all go just really start listening to them, they are talking about their crimes in their videos. I forwarded those videos to a number of people, but I still can't seem to get no type of help around here. So I just wanted to come out here because I just don't really see too many people that's actually speaking out. Miss Kelly Price has a very big support group. She has a lot of people over there that actually believes in her story. Even this particular page that did the video, they really believe in her and they're helping her circulate her story and speak out. And I wanted to do the same thing, but also add that I am also a victim, and there's other victims that's probably going to speak out after these videos circulate in reference to what happened to them, and we're not getting justice. If I'm isolated, if they're telling everybody I've been dead since December 2023 and it's orchestrated, why would they give me a ride to the courthouse? Why would they help me file documentation to get my estate? Why would they give me outlets to the news media when you got people that block those things? And if they hacking our devices and things like that, if people are really reaching out to us and trying to work with us and help us through these situations, we're not getting the information. I've given out my email address. I've emailed plenty of people. I tried to call, like I said, Miss Monica Ewing today. I don't know if those numbers were valid. That was up because, like I said, they hack your device and they'll put different shit in front of you. This shit real. But if any of them can reach out, I can give them a whole lot of information to let them know that Miss Kelly Price is not lying, when I can prove all of it. And if they would just go look at the Terrier readings on YouTube and TikTok and start with some of those pages that I gave them, they'll see exactly what I'm talking about. If anybody would like to contact me, my email address is sisternundy 3 gp@yahoo.com. It's the same as my Cash App information. It's just that where the TL is, it's the number 3, the letter GP@yahoo.com, all lowercase letters. If you all would like to reach out and get some of the information, if you would like to see the documents or anybody, I don't mind sending them to you. This information, my story, and there's other people, a lot of the readers have been victims as well, some of those readers, and they are speaking out. They are speaking out and they're looking for help. So just please use your discernment when you go over there. But the main ones that I called out, these are the top scammers. They are the top ones that are hacking devices, interfering with investigations, stalking, telling people where people's locations is. They have been in my room several times over here and put stuff in my food. This girl is staying right up over me. I got video footage, pictures. And this is really just taking me through a toll. Like I said, I've become homeless and going through a whole lot of stuff since then. And nobody will help me because they look at me as a homeless individual and a crazy person and all the stuff that they got on the paperwork in the courts. And without, even though I know laws and I've written up all of my own motions, I've actually submitted documents to the courts for letters of administration. Had everything notarized. I did everything that I could. But because of my family and many of other people that works in the DeKalb County and Fulton County judicial system, they did not allow my documents to go through. And so I've just exhausted everything, and I can't get an attorney to do anything without wanting money up front. So yeah, if it's hard for Miss Kelly Price, you can imagine what I'm going through. Again, y'all, my email is sisternundy3gp@yahoo.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and I will come back up here because I want to do a part 2 on that. If you would like to support the channel, my information is at the bottom of the screen, and it's also in the chat. It's Sister Nundy and the letter TL2025. TL is capitalized. I'm willing to speak out about my story if anybody would like to, get information. And I'm willing to give proof, documents, and videos and everything so that you would know that this is not a lie. So if there's anybody out there listening and that really wants to help, or If there's anybody who can get the information and the paperwork that I have to Miss Kelly Price or her attorney, so maybe they can compare notes and see how many of these people may be involved with her situation. You know, because there's a lot of people that's in Memphis and, you know, Jackson, Mississippi. They're in Texas. They're in Houston, Dallas. They're in Fort Worth, Texas. They're in Miami, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Tampa, Florida. These people have been as far as Colorado. They have been as far as Minnesota. Like, I have a lot of documents. I have over 500 names. And this is including a lot of government officials. So you guys, people be saying, why I don't turn my camera on and stuff like that. I have to be very careful with what I'm doing. And then now they harassing me where I live. You know, I'm staying in a motel right now. Y'all know that's hard. This bitch Shanita has orchestrated some type of fraudulent documents over here. And it's a lot of, you know, this hotel it's America's Best Value Inn, was prosecuted for sex trafficking children. But they have also co-conspired with these people by giving them keys to come in my room. They have allowed people to do certain things around my door. And all of these people I can prove. Oh, I wanted to remember about Katoria J. too. Katoria J, that's another person that's involved in this. And they all got hotel rooms right around me or have been around me or something, because they take turns stalking. They take turns hacking your devices. And then they go and do public speaking engagements and shit like that with your work before you can use it, and it looks like you're a copycat. When these bitches are the copycats. Y'all know what the fuck it is. Thug life over here. Y'all know we always rep Tupac. The hate you give little infants in fearful environments is fucks everybody. We won't give a fuck about them until y'all give a fuck about us. We are always building one nation. If you cannot use all the 26 rules of thug life, shout out to Matula Shakur and Tupac Shakur, please try to get one of those rules and insert it in your everyday life. Build an economic system that works for you and your family, because we already see this judicial system and this economic system is just not built for our people. And I want to get further into that because a lot of people don't understand. Anthony Johnson was the first slaveholder. And if he could do that shit to his brother, what the hell make you think that we don't have other people out here that would do it to our people and our family members? Black man, first black man to enslave his own brother with a life sentence as his slave. First life sentence ever handed out. I just wanted to leave my people with that. So stop overlooking the fact that it's generational wealth, generational curses that needs to be broken in order for generational wealth to be able to continue. And I hope somebody pays attention to this and it stops here. All right, y'all know what it is. Power to the people. And I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button on your way in the building to catch the replay or out. And if you would like to support the channel or my situation, the information is in the chat always and at the bottom of the screen. And my email address is sisternundy, the number 3, GP. You can just remember Third Generation Panthers, 3GP, at yahoo.com. And that's for anybody who would like to get the documents, the information, a list of names. I do not mind sending them to you. And I will verify that you're a validated email, because these people are really crooked around here. So be very careful with how you correspond with people. All right, peace and power to everybody. And thank you.